Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jen. I'm a 2023 destination wedding bride. I got married on February 2nd, 2023 at Dreams Playa Mujeres in Cancun, Mexico. And it was literally my dream destination wedding. And I love talking about it. I wish I could relive the day over and over and over again. Today, I wanted to go over, I know I've mentioned this so many times, and I see this still in the Facebook group about brides talking about what happens if they get stopped at the airport with customs and, has anyone been stopped before? I stressed about this part of the trip so much. I tried to avoid it at all costs. I tried to travel light thinking maybe that would help. And because I didn't want to pay the customs tax or anything else like that. But unfortunately I did get stopped at customs. So if you do get married in Cancun, the Cancun airport, we traveled with, I think 5 pieces of luggage plus my dress, which was my carry-on. I think we had 5 pieces of luggage. So I had this big suitcase that I put all of my wedding decor items in. And I also had some welcome bags that I was not able to give out to guests beforehand, whether they lived just too far. So I traveled with some of the mugs that stainless steel mugs that I had made for everyone. A couple bags, like the drawstring bags that we put our welcome items in. And then obviously the welcome bag items that I traveled with, whether it be mints or, key card holders. There were so many different things that I put into the welcome bag. And if you are interested in that video, I'll link it down below because I did a whole video on what my welcome bags had in them. So one of the things I think that truly saved me is this letter that I had typed up. I put it in English and Spanish, and I actually am going to read it to you. So it says, "Good afternoon, my fiance and I," and then insert your names, "are having a wedding at Dreams Playa Mujeres on February 2nd, 2023 at 4:30 p.m. The contents of this bag are gifts for our guests for their wedding favors or is decor for our wedding event. If you have any questions, please contact our wedding coordinator, which was Marcella." And then I gave her extension and her phone number. And I said, thank you. So I put that I put it in Spanish first, and then I put it in English. I do not speak Spanish fluent at all. I can understand some of it, but I can't speak it. So I honestly just went into Google Translator and I put it in there. So I'm kind of hoping that I was right. But I printed actually one for each bag, and I'm so glad that I did. Especially for the one that had the contents of my decor and had the contents with the welcome bag stuff. So originally when we got into the Cancun airport, I want to say that bag was flagged. And in hindsight, I probably should have spread the items out throughout the 5 bags and not just put everything in one bag like that, because we thought that the bag was actually lost, which I was panicking about because that literally had all of our stuff, right, that we needed for the wedding. But I had my most important thing, which was our outfits, because I was very, very concerned. And we put all of our stuff that was very important. They were literally on the plane with us in my hand. So that actually made me feel a little bit better. And I actually did a whole video on how I traveled with my dress and my knockoff Wally bag, which was absolutely amazing. And I 1000% recommend that bag traveling with your dress too. But all right, so it gets flagged. We go up to the desk for help. They're trying to figure out where the bag is. There's another couple that's also missing a bag. We think they got flagged too. So we see it come through. We pick up the bag, and there was this, I want to say airport security that was standing there. And she took a picture of the bag, which I was a little nervous about. I'm okay, so what's going on? So we didn't know where we were going, even though we had a map. We just had never been to the Cancun airport. So one piece of advice is do not stop when you're in the Cancun airport, especially right next to customs, because because we stopped and we looked like we didn't know where we were going, they pulled us into customs. So essentially they went through every single bag of ours and they questioned me on the contents of the bag, why I was bringing that. They did read the letters. I really think that the letters may have saved us because it explained why we had the stuff. And then they got to my wedding dress. And honestly, at this point, I was in tears because I had the dress at that point for 2 years. And I didn't want my husband to see the dress after all of this time. So I did say, like, please don't open that. That's my wedding dress. Like, you know, he hasn't seen the dress, this and that. I was like, you know, asking him if he could just like turn around because I like was afraid that they were going to pull my dress out of the bag. But the guy security ended up letting us just go. We didn't have to pay anything. And I really truly think that this letter is kind of what helped us. And then essentially we left that part, and then you kind of get stopped again with people trying to sell you things. And then my biggest piece of advice right there is to don't stop, just keep walking. And hopefully your travel agent will make you a better map than mine did. Because we had like a limo waiting for us and they were like, what took so long? And I was like, we got stopped by customs. Like, and it was like an ordeal. Like we were there for, I want to say it was like 45 minutes of them just going through each bag. And I just really wish that we would have maybe like, if you can afford to like fly down beforehand and maybe just check everything out so you're not traveling with these things, or like I said in my welcome bag video, if you can give them out before you leave or just travel less with things. Also, don't bring attention to yourself. Like, so one of the things that I saw was like, don't wear anything that says bride, don't wear anything, you know, that says like groom, like don't basically make yourself stand out. Like I wore a white sweatshirt. It was a white sweatshirt and black leggings and sneakers because I was so afraid that I was going to have to pay this tax that everyone talks about, which is pretty hefty. Like now I think you can negotiate it, but I'm pretty sure it was like 15% of like what they thought that the items in your bag cost. And like, if you've seen my budget planner or my, like the planner that they send you, you have like the price and then you have, like 2 tax on top of it. So like the tax in Mexico is pretty hefty. And I'm coming from a state that doesn't have tax. So for me, it's like, yeah, like I'm not used to it. Or we don't have sales tax, but, yeah, like I'm like one to avoid tax by all means. So yes, little pieces of advice. So try and travel there beforehand. So you learn the Cancun airport so that you don't get stopped by customs. Do not put everything in one single bag. Maybe spread it out if you do need to travel with these items. Keep in mind, I know that it costs more money to rent whatever it is from the resort, but there are definitely vendors down there that you can get these items from. And had I needed to pay that tax, I would have been kicking myself that I didn't just rent it from a vendor down there. I know that the vendor fees have gone up, but this person actually came to the hotel, dropped everything off and came and picked it back up. And we met them at the lobby and I didn't have to pay anything for them to come. So try not to stop, act like you know what you're doing. Don't make eye contact. Just look down at the ground or your phone and walk fast past the custom area, which is like, you have like where you get your luggage. And then the custom area is like, you're like coming, it like circles in, like it like comes in like this. And then the custom area, if you're coming, it's going to be to your right. And the person's usually staying like in the middle and they're the person like pointing you to go which place. So just make sure that you walk past them very quickly with your eyes down and don't make eye contact and don't stop. And then try and figure out where you have to go. And don't pack everything in the same bag so that you don't get your bag flagged. But I will link the letter down in the description. I know I've been asked this like multiple times, and honestly, I couldn't find the letter, but then I did find it in my docs. So link it down below. Like I said, try and act like a pro, even if you're not. Fake it till you make it. And then, yeah, hopefully you don't get stopped. You don't have to pay this like customs tax. But I really hope this video helped. If it did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you're looking for more destination wedding content, or if you have a specific question that you would like answered, please comment down below and I will be sure to answer it and make a video about it. I love making these videos. I hope that they're very helpful. I know that how much my destination wedding costs, it has been very helpful for people, and I'm so glad that I can help fellow brides, because I know when I was looking for my destination wedding, either the venue or, everything that could go into it, like every single part of the planning, I searched on YouTube. So I really hope that I can help. And if you have any other questions, please let me know down in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next one. Hey, if you are thinking about having a destination wedding and you're curious about how much mine costs, check out this video right here. Also, don't forget, subscribe to my channel.